the Me Podcast with your host, Daniel Bryan. Today we have a wonderful episode with our special guest, Taylor Peele. Taylor Peele is a sophomore student at North Carolina A&T State University studying food science. So without further ado, let me add her to the call. Hey Taylor, how are you doing? Just to
Hello.
the viewers.
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. It's wonderful to have you on the call today. I'm really thankful that you accepted the invitation to join the Me Podcast. I know you will bring a lot of great knowledge and a lot of great experience to all of our viewers.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Good. Now I'm just going to dive into the first question that I usually ask all of my college interviewees, and that is, what were some of the factors that went into you choosing North Carolina A&T State University, along with choosing your major?
Okay. So I know for college I wanted to stay in state. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. So it was either NC State or A&T for me because those are the two main agriculture schools in North Carolina. And I did get to experience both atmospheres, and it was just A&T had that home feel. They really cared. They made sure that you saw everything you wanted to, because I went to the open house I think my junior year, and they like really cared about having a lasting impression, and just the Aggie spirit was really strong. But I mean, it also helped them. Both of my parents are alumni here, so I was always involved in alumni events like fundraisers, fish fries, softball tournaments, and just being involved. And I was like, this is something I want to do post grad, like have this family and everything like they experienced. And for choosing my major, food science, I had celiac disease when I was born with celiac disease. So just understanding why I couldn't digest gluten and why it interacted with my body the way it did. So I was just like, oh, that's really interesting. And then just going on tours of different companies that study food science, I was like, yeah, I want to be able to make sure other kids will experience like better food and just have a little normalcy in their life.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm glad that you highlighted those factors that went into you choosing A&T, and I had those same factors of the family environment. My dad being an alumni too as well, and most of my family going to A&T. It's definitely, you feel that through the bloodline. So I'm glad that you highlighted those factors, and then along with even your personal situation, how you wanted to choose your major, making a difference for others who've had that similar situation. So I'm glad that you're doing that, and that you found something that you feel like you could be of help to. So I know that you do a lot. I see it all. You do a lot on campus. You're everywhere. You're doing so many different things. I see it on your social media. And so I want you to kind of go in depth just about explain some of the work that you've done with the College of Agricultural and Environmental Science, and then some of the awards and showcase that you've done. Like I said, it's so many things. I don't even know if we have time for it. So just highlight some of your awards and some of the things that you've done at the school.
Okay. So my freshman year, I got involved in the Family Consumer Science Club because that's the department that my major is under. And I knew I loved doing leadership roles, so I was in the treasurer position and just being involved in that to make sure people know more about the department because it's rather small. And I think it's really important because it is consumer sciences that people like, I guess, know about home, family, childcare, and all that stuff. And I also am on the Student Advisory Council for the College of Agriculture. So it's playing as a liaison between the student body and administration. We just want to make sure everyone's connected and have that good network and relationship between us. And this year I am serving as a senator for Student Government Association. So also representing the College of Ag and making sure our concerns are heard through student government and the administration. And I did a student showcase my freshman and sophomore year. Basically, I shared about my internships and my externship opportunities. Freshman year, I did this online program where it was called AT&T Summer Learning Academy, and it was like professional development. And we had guest speakers like Molly Bloom. She was like a professional skier until she turned into like a poker gambling ring thing. She has a movie, so that'd be pretty cool to watch. And then my sophomore year, I interned at the North Carolina Department of Agriculture, and that was a really great experience. I was outside, my hours were 7 to 4, 5 days a week, and it was just really interesting. Yeah, it was hot some days. I'm gonna tell you, yeah, it was really hot, but it was a good experience. And I was like, I really developed a love for agriculture and appreciation for it because agriculture is really hard work. And I think because I want to work in a lab setting in the future, but I think a lot of people don't understand like the groundwork that goes behind it. So I think everyone in agriculture or even in life should like understand the manual labor behind it. So it was a great experience.
Cool. I got to catch up to you. I got some work I got to do. So I'm glad that you doing a lot. So that inspires me though, for real. All jokes aside, because when I see my fellow classmates in NCAT 24, when I see y'all doing great things, and I see y'all are pursuing the goals and the aspirations that y'all have for your lives, and also you want to be the face of change in all of those fields. That inspires me to do the same. And I think that's something that we pull from each other, especially at A&T, where we see other students, our fellow students, doing great things. And that inspires us to do greater, right? And then that's how we become connected, and that's how we become bigger, by working off each other, networking with each other, and kind of drawing inspiration from the great work that we're doing in our respective field. So like I said, it's all inspiration for me that you're doing that. And I'm glad that you're doing it in that field of agriculture, which is so big, and that's really what A&T was built off of. So I'm glad that you're doing that and you're being the face of that. And so that moves me, directly into my next question. And we talked about how you're so involved in all these different things. I want you to speak about, if you're speaking to college students, explain to them why it's so important to get involved in different clubs and organizations, and get involved within your school in other events.
I think it's important to give back because my parents instilled in me the spirit of giving at an early age. So like I always served in my church body, and I think everyone should pay it forward because there were people before you who put those actions in place to help make sure you are where you are. So I think we have a wonderful, like we have a lot of opportunities on campus, such as food giveaways, beautification events, campus cleanups, and I just think being involved will help you with your soft skills and just networking opportunities. And it's just overall a great passion that people should be involved in.
Definitely, definitely. And I love that you pointed out how it was instilled in you at a young age. And same with me, growing up in the church, and then me going and doing events and organizations in my school. It was always important that I was involved, and even not just being involved, but also being a leader with those groups. I wanted to be the leader. I wanted to be the person that people could look up to, and ask questions, and I could be at the front of everything. So I think that was important through my personal growth, that my parents instilled that in me, of leadership and being involved, and kind of galvanizing your friends and all the people that you talk to, and galvanize them together to do something special. Whether it be organizations, clubs on campus, even clubs that are outside of the school realm. So anything that you can do to put yourself out there and actually be of help, I think that's so important. And I'm glad that you highlighted that in your advice. So now that goes into my final question, and I think this is so important because I made this podcast because I wanted this to be the foundation of on what we talked about at the end of every episode, and that was what are we looking to, right? What is our outlook on things? What is our goals? What are the things we want to accomplish? And a pressing question that I ask all of my interviewees, and I think it's so important, is what are some short-term and long-term goals that you have for yourself regarding your career, professionally, or just personal self? What are some goals, short-term and long-term, that you have for yourself?
Short term, academically, I want to get a 4.0 this semester. So that's really important to me, grades, because I feel like it will help me stand out in job applications and all that stuff. Continuing to be involved in campus organizations, like I do have a great passion for serving the student body. So just continuing that. Work in the lab setting because that's what I want in my future. So obtaining a position in that on campus now, that's a short-term goal of mine. And then summer internships will help me know what I want to do in the future. So also getting that. And then long-term, I want to go to grad school just to get a more knowledge of food science and more in a centralized like food allergen chemistry. Because like I said, that's where my love for food science started. And then just gaining experience in research and development, like creating those new products in the food science industry. I think that'd be really cool.
Okay. You got some stuff happening. You got some great stuff happening. I'm glad that that you got it all planned out. So, but you continue to work, and like I said, those short terms are gonna come quick. And I know you're definitely equipped with everything that you need to accomplish those goals. As far as you say you want that 4.0, so go get that, go get those A's. And then you want
Thank
to
you.
get involved, stay involved in the campus organizations to get your name out there, and then long term going to grad school to immerse yourself further in the food science knowledge and things that you need to be able to make change with those new products, like you said. So I'm glad that you're doing that. I'm glad that you have a plan laid out, so you can really make change. You really can be the face of it. I think that's incredible. Like I said, it's very inspirational for me. I'm sure anybody that's watching this, to see someone so young, I can't really say young because we're about the same age, but see someone in our shoes, in college, that's still trying to make a change and trying to be, you know, be that person to do it. I think that's inspirational for anyone that's watching this. So I'm glad that you're doing that, Taylor. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
that was all the questions that I had. Anything else you would like to say to the viewers?
Just really enjoy your college experience. Take advantage of it. Like, never doubt yourself, because that's where the biggest failures come from, is you second guess yourself. But if you want to do something, you have a passion for it, just go for it. Yeah.
Great. She spoke. Hey, she put some great words, some great advice, and really that was for anybody. College, middle school, high school, grown-ups, adults, senior citizens, and all. Everybody. That was great advice for everyone. So I'm glad that you did that. And like I said, thank you again for being on the Meet Podcast. I really enjoyed you and all your answers.
Thank you.
All right. Guys, that was a wonderful episode of the Meet Podcast with Taylor Peele. Like I said, you stay up to date with all me news at www.findourme.com. That's www.findourme.com. Like I said, like always, stay motivated and stay empowered.